Hey everyone, Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of Voyager, recorder of videos, and tabletop role-playing aficionado. With this video, I'm going to present my top 10 DM's Guild products that I reviewed in 2022. If you enjoy my videos, consider using my affiliate links for online shopping and supporting me via patreon.com/roguewatson. If you would like for me to review your product, you can reach me via email, Twitter, or Discord, or fill out the submission form at roguewatson.com. This year I reviewed nearly 50 D&D 5e products. That's actually far fewer than I reviewed last year. I had to reduce my load to focus on other projects as well as my growing family. Weirdly though, I think it was even harder making my top 10 list this year because I reviewed a lot of really fantastic products. There were products that I absolutely loved that got relegated to my honorable mentions. As a reminder, in order to qualify for this list, a product must be available on the DM's Guild, and I must have reviewed it in 2022, which, due to my ever-present backlog of reviews, means some of these products may not have actually been released in 2022, but I did review them that year. So let us get started with number 10, Icewind Dale Expanded, designed by Azael Ulbrinter, Christian Zoich, and Kathleen Harrington, and reviewed in February. Almost a year ago, I praised this encounter book for expanding Rime of the Frost Maiden, and I did end up using one of the encounters in my own live-streamed campaign later that year, which is always pretty high praise when I can actually use it in my own games. My verdict: with mostly well-designed quests, proper horror themes, and satisfying references, Icewind Dale Expanded is almost a must-have expansion for Rime of the Frost Maiden. Number 9 is Spelljammer's Guide to the Galaxy, designed by Elias Garofalias et al. And reviewed in September. The 5e Spelljammer release gave us precious few new player options, mostly some races. Spelljammer's Guide to the Galaxy is here to the rescue with dozens of cleverly designed space-themed subclasses, spells, cybernetics, and monsters. My review verdict: injecting an appropriately spacey theme to new races, subclasses, creatures, and enhancements, Spelljammer's Guide to the Galaxy fills a black hole-sized void in the Astral Adventurer's Guide. My number 8 product is Fhamzax presents Cursed Items, designed by Patrick Race and reviewed in December. In moderation, cursed items can enhance any magic item or an entire campaign, look at Lord of the Rings, yet they are woefully rare in the Dungeon Master's Guide. This book is the answer. My review verdict: with compelling new curses and fun item variants for dozens of items from the Dungeon Master's Guide, Fhamzax Presents Cursed Items is the perfect supplement for the diabolical DM who loves loot with a twist. At number 7, we have Tales from the World's End, designed by Milos Gawecki et al. And reviewed in February. While not my usual genre, I have to recognize the greatness of this collection of eldritch horror encounters, side quests, and mini-adventures. My verdict: for fans of eldritch horror, Tales from the World's End is an excellent collection of encounters and mini-adventures that feature all of the possessed villagers, dangerous nightmares, and tentacled monstrosities you could want. At number 6, we have the Spelljammer Light of Xaryxis Adventure Bundle, designed by Daniel Kahn, Dana Floberg, and Charles Branson, and reviewed in December. Despite its shorter length, I gave a thumbs up to the 5e Spelljammer campaign adventure Light of Xaryxis, and I give another thumbs up to this adventure expansion by the same designer of other excellent 5e campaign expansions, such as the Expanded Towers of Ithrin, which was my number 1 product in 2021, and the Witchlight Adventure Bundle Trilogy. My verdict: all 3 Spelljammer adventures expand Light of Xaryxis in fun and meaningful ways, but can also be utilized as satisfying drop-in quests and layers for any Spelljammer campaign. At number 5, we have Shadow Twilight, designed by Daniel K. and reviewed in November. The Feywild is a popular source for DM's Guild creators, but Shadow Twilight takes it to a new level. At over 200 pages, it is the single most comprehensive source book on the Feywild and Shadowfell. Cannot be missed if you are at all interested in exploring those realms. My verdict: Shadow Twilight's huge, excellently detailed bestiary of Shadow and Fey creatures is worth the recommendation alone, but it also features helpful locations, lore, adventure hooks, and encounter tables for all of your Shadowfell and Feywild needs. At number 4, it is Drizzt Travelogue of Everything, designed by Lucas Anderson et al. And reviewed in June. We have a lot of massive amounts of creators, so I just list the primary lead designer in cases of more than like 3 or 4. So, but go to my individual reviews. You can see all the wonderful credits and listings for these amazing products. Good subclasses are a dime a dozen, but truly great ones are a rarity worth highlighting, and Drizzt Travelogue of Everything is one of the best. with some of my favorite subclass designs, new magic items, and an entirely new class with the Tactician. My verdict: move over Tasha. With dozens of subclasses, magic items, and a new class, Drizzt's Travelogue of everything is more than worthy to carry the infamous Drow's name. My top 3 now, with number 3 is Rise of Vecna, designed by Scott McClintock and reviewed in February. I'm actually going to kind of do a 2-in-1 cheat here by combining Rise of Vecna with the Sword Coast Gazetteer, the Doomed Forgotten Realms, Sword Coast Gazetteer. So Rise of Vecna is the awesomely apocalyptic take on the Forgotten Realms with a suitably epic campaign full of memorable moments, while the Doomed Forgotten Realms Sword Coast Gazetteer was released as basically a DLC companion piece that fleshes out the world and side content so players can explore more of that absolutely insane setting. Verdict for Rise of Vecna: it is a grand what-if campaign where the good guys lost every 5e campaign and evil is taken over, showcasing a uniquely twisted world of infernal war machines, zombie hordes, beholder allies, and slotty sanitariums. My verdict for the Sword Coast Gazetteer was Doomed Forgotten Realms continues to be one of the most exciting, fresh, and wonderfully twisted ideas to come out of the DM's Guild, and the Sword Coast Gazetteer is a definitive sourcebook for running this uniquely apocalyptic 5e campaign setting. I hope I don't have to review any more products that are apocalyptic. That is apparently difficult for me to say, but a very, very excellent product to grab. Number 2 is Monster Weaknesses, designed by Daniel Kahn et al. And reviewed in May. An excellent solution to the oft-encouraged outside-the-box thinking when tackling monsters in and out of combat, Monster Weaknesses provides combat and social weaknesses for hundreds of monsters in the 5e Monster Manual. My verdict: whether a means of on-the-fly balancing, rewarding clever player ideas, or injecting slightly crunchier encounters, Monster Weaknesses is a highly recommended addition to every Dungeon Master's repertoire. Number 1 product of 2022, and one in which I have gone back to reference in my own games, is Home Field Advantage, designed by Valentin Trecarios Prevost and reviewed in January. This is the perfect expansion to the 5e Monster Manual, adding layer actions to over 250 monsters from the 5e Monster Manual, transforming any creature into a boss fight, and enhancing dungeons and hazards with hundreds of new ideas. My review verdict: Home Field Advantage deserves a coveted place up next to Monster Manual Expanded as a good-looking, well-designed, and incredibly useful monster supplement, and a must-have for every Dungeon Master. And those are my top 10 products of 2022. Congratulations to all of you. This year's honorable mentions go to the Fires of Rephalon, Foestone Compendium, the High Magic Sourcebook, Kyrie's Mystic Tome of Magical Girls, and Xanathar's Secret Stash. If you enjoy my videos, consider using my affiliate links for online shopping and supporting me via patreon.com/RogueWatson. Shouts to Platinum patrons Joe, Will, Thomas, Stan, William, Brandon, Genocider, David, Eclectic, Roleplay, Roll, Christopher, Brian, William, David, Corey, Koa, 1337, Matthew, Big Nut, John, Infernus, Chris, and Scott. And gold patrons RPG Papercrafts, Pretty Boy, and Yuma, Marcus, Dead Lizard Lounge, Sam, Lumpy Spuds, Jerome, Nathan, Fast Like a Tortoise, Scott, Refus, Caroline, and William. Thank you all very much for your support, and let's all have a wonderful 2023. Bye.